Hey my beauties, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, we are doing a first impression. Today's first impression is going to be on the new Maybelline foundations. So we're going to be testing that out and doing an 8-hour check-in at the end of the video. So stay tuned to the end of the video. As always, before we jump into the video, if you guys are still not part of this family, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and also hit the ring bell notification. That way every time I upload new videos, you guys can all be notified. And also in the description box, you guys can find links to all the products that I will be mentioning in today's video, along with all my social media. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into this first impression. All right, so this is what the foundation looks like. I'm actually living for this foundation packaging, but this is called the Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. They have 16 shades, which is not bad, and I actually have all of them right here, which I will be swatching for you guys before we get into the actual first impression of how it wears, how it blends, and everything like that. But I will be swatching for you guys, that way you guys can get an idea of what the swatches look like. I do like that their foundation shades are exactly the same colors and numbers that they already have on their other previous foundations, because I've always been a 220 in their foundation shades, and this is called Natural Beige. So I like that it's for me easy to find my foundation shade, you know what I mean? So if you guys are already familiar with their foundation shades, then you might be able to find it real quick, like which one is meant for you. So I like that. I do love that in the back of the packaging you get pretty much everything that what this foundation claims to do. So this is a 24-hour wear foundation. It's a seamless matte finish. It's breathable and comfortable, and one that I like, it says that it's fade and transfer resistant, which for me, typically, I like that, because obviously nobody likes for their foundation to be fading out, and like, especially when you have like a pimple and you want to cover it, like you don't want it fading. And then the transfer resistant, I mean, hello. I'm married. I'm always hugging my husband, so I don't want my foundation all over everybody's shirt, you know? So that's really great. It says that it's also oil-free and doesn't clog your pores. It's dermatologist tested. And of course, it's a full coverage foundation. So let's see if all of this is true. I'm super excited to try it out, you guys. Will this be my new Holy Grail foundation? We'll find out. But first, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the swatches. So there you have the swatches, my loves. Inspiration from Kristen Leanne. I've been seeing her do these like swatches on her face, and I just thought it was so cool. So there you go. But now, after seeing the swatches, I noticed that 220 is a little too dark for me. I'm telling you, once I hit the winter time, I become like 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. So I found that 128, I think, was a perfect match right now for my skin color. So we're gonna go ahead and use 128, which is warm nude. And it does sound right. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get started with the first impression. I'm gonna go ahead and prime it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna use a Maybelline primer, just because I always feel like brands always make the products for their own products, you know. This is their hydrating and smoothing primer. I love this, because this is what I need right now. I need something to hydrate my skin, something to smooth it out, make it nice and good. So I'm gonna use this. All right, so for the foundation, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to use it, if with a brush or either a sponge. So I'm gonna be using both. So for one side of my face, I will use the brush, and then for the other side, I'll use the sponge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dot it on my face first on the left side, and then see how it works. I'm only doing half a pump, just because of the fact that, you know, we're only doing half of our face. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the sponge now and just start blending it out. Ooh. So you guys know my rule of thumb is that if it hides the scarring or the freckles that I have, it's a full coverage. And at this point, this is a full coverage. I can barely see my freckles, and that is insane. Also, I don't see any more redness around my nose area. Usually I have it in here, like as you guys can see in here, but it's completely gone. This is so good. So there we have half of her face with the foundation and half of the other face without nothing. And I love this. It looks super natural. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. I really love the way it blended out with the sponge. So now we're just gonna put it to the test with the actual brush. And so we're gonna go ahead and take this Sigma F80 Kabuki brush just to see how this works out. And again, I only did half a pump. Girl, this really covers everything. So there we have it, my loves. This is the side with the brush, and it also blended out really nicely. I mean, I honestly don't see a huge difference between the actual brush and the sponge. I feel like they both applied pretty much the same, so I don't really see a difference. So I like that you can use it with both. So if one day you feel like using your beauty blender, use it. If not, you can also use your brush to blend this out. But there we have it, my loves. And it does have like that semi-matte, because I can still see a little bit of my glow, you know what I mean? It's not like a super drying matte foundation or anything. So this feels really nice on the skin. Honestly, I don't feel like I have anything on my skin right now. What I actually want to do is layer this, since it doesn't feel heavy at all. So we're gonna do a second layer on both of our sides and see how that works. I'm only gonna use a little bit just to see if we can actually build it up. And if it feels cakey, I will let you guys know. All right, so there we have the second layer, and I don't feel a difference on my skin. It looks good and it doesn't feel cakey at all. So that's really, really nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. There we have the second layer with the brush. This one, same thing. I didn't really notice a huge difference or anything like that, but the foundation, you guys, so far I'm really liking it. So far so good. Now I'm just gonna actually go ahead and add my concealer and my powder and the rest of my face makeup, and then I'll be back with you guys. I went ahead and did my brows and my lashes and lipstick. The lipstick's actually a combination of two from the new Maybelline. It's called Driver and Poet. So I mixed them both and I love the color. But anyways, the new lashes that I have on right now, oh my god, you guys are gonna die when I tell you guys that there is now a mini version of Dragon Lee. How freaking cool are these? Like, I'm shook. I'm super obsessed with them. I think they're so pretty, and I like that they're doing mini versions of like the very dramatic ones. So just in case you guys do like the way that they look on me but don't want that huge drama, you guys can actually get the minis now. But anyways, now the last thing to do to my face is actually set it. I know in my last foundation review, you guys said that I should set it and be fair with the foundation. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do in this video. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Fix Plus. This is what I use to set my foundation most of the time. And so I'm gonna go ahead and set it. Now that we finally have our foundation set, now we're gonna be doing the 8-hour check-in. So right now it is 12:40 and we are going to be checking back at 8:40 to do the 8-hour check-in. So yeah, this is how it looks so far. I really like this, you guys. So I have really high hopes for this. Please let it work. But I'll see you guys back in 8 hours. All right, my beauties, so it is now time for the check-in. It's a little bit before the 8:40, but it's 8:24, and I'm actually about to take this off. So this is what the foundation looks like. Honestly, I just see myself a little bit oily in my normal areas where I normally always get oily. I feel like you can easily fix this just with a little bit of a better primer that will actually control your oil, because the one that I was using, it was just for hydrating and also for smoothing out the skin. It had nothing to do with mattifying it. For it to be a drugstore foundation and not use a mattifying primer, I feel like it looks so good. I think this might just start turning into my favorite foundation for the drugstore, because honestly I really like the way that it just feels on the skin. Like I feel nothing on it. Usually by the end of the night I'm just like, I really want to take off my makeup, but with this foundation you don't feel that. And then also I got compliments with this foundation, so that's a plus. I love when people compliment the makeup because it lets you know that it's good. Other than that, I definitely see this foundation lasting more than 24 hours. Why? Because it's not moving. Even though I did get oily, that's totally fixable. I can fix this, but the foundation itself hasn't cracked, it hasn't moved. Like it looks so good and smooth. Like this is crazy, you guys. Like dang, you know? I totally recommend it for you guys to go ahead and try it out, purchase it. You guys are really gonna like this foundation. I can definitely also see that this foundation is great for all skin types, like not just for oily skin. Like even dry skin can probably pull this off, so I definitely recommend it for all skin types. But yeah, my love, so with that concludes this first impression and review. I really hope that you guys liked it. Also, give this video a thumbs up right now if you guys would like for me to try out the LA Colors Truly Matte Foundation. I have heard so many great things about this, but like as you guys can see, I haven't opened it. So right now, give this video a thumbs up if you guys would like to see a first impression and review on this foundation. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. That way you guys are part of this family, and also hit the ring bell notification. That way every time I upload new videos, you guys can all be notified. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye. So after doing the swatch, so there we stay full coverage, complete. What is it called? It's a good thing I went and got my face threaded, because if not, it'd be looking at my pelos like. No, it's not. I do definitely. Other than that, I can't talk. Una is de que you want a fucking cookie, okay?
But you know what? I don't want a cookie. Quiero una concha. And I want your concha. Dude, mis chamarones crecieron, babe.
Bitch.
Dude, I can feel it, boo. Just fucking hate her, bro. Fuck, bro. Están igual de grandes que de tu chichi.
The fuck is it doing that for?
Se igual de pedora que tú.